Israel's Prime Minister has ordered attacks on the southern suburbs of Lebanon's capital, Beirut, as the conflict with the Iran-backed armed group Hezbollah continues to escalate. Benjamin Netanyahu said terrorist targets in the Hezbollah stronghold of Dahi would be struck in response to attacks on Israeli civilians and other violations of a US-aid brokered ceasefire announced in April that has failed to end the fighting. The French Navy has intercepted a sanctioned oil tanker that had sailed from a Russian port, the third known seizure in recent months. The ship, the Tagore, was seized in the Atlantic in international waters with the support of several partners, including the United Kingdom, in strict compliance with the law of the sea. French President Emmanuel Macron posted on X Monday.
A new set of laws will come into play during the World Cup. The international self-regulatory body for football has announced weeks before the tournament starts on June 11. The International Football Association Board, IFAB, revealed on Sunday a number of changes to the laws of the game that will be applied from the 2026-2027 season onwards, as well as at the World Cup.
As SpaceX counts down to what could be the largest IPO in history, the race to build the next generation of launch vehicles is heating up. Asia wants in. Startups across Australia, India, Japan, and South Korea are racing to establish themselves in a market long dominated by the US and China. One of them is Unistella, a 4-year-old South Korean startup that just closed a $24 million Series B, bringing its total funding to $44 million. The company launched its own rocket, the Una Express I, from South Korean soil in May 2025. AMD has introduced the Radeon RX 9070 Geary, a new graphics card based on the company J4 GPU architecture. The card comes with 12 gigabytes of VRAM and launches at $549. It is part of AMD's Radeon RX 9000 series lineup. Karachi police are investigating claims that Anmol alias Pinky's alleged drug network used popular snack packets to smuggle and deliver cocaine across the city. Anmol Pinky was arrested earlier this month from her garden apartment in a joint raid carried out by police and a civilian intelligence agency. The case involves alleged possession of narcotics and an unlicensed weapon.
Edifier has introduced a new version of its Hecate G3 Max gaming headset in China. The new model, called the Hecate G3 Max Base Edition, adds a dedicated multifunctional charging dock. The G3 Max Base Edition builds on the standard Hecate G3 Max, which launched earlier this year. Most of the core hardware remains the same, but the main upgrade is Edifier's new RGB 3-in-1 all-in-one base.
Dubai police have arrested 4 suspects after busting a gang accused of using a fake royal protocol scheme to steal rare oud worth AED 12 million. According to details, a woman posing as a princess along with 7 accomplices allegedly tricked an oud trader into handing over the high-value consignment before disappearing with it. The stolen oud, valued at over 910 million, the stolen 10 million was later recovered by police. Polls have opened in Ethiopia's general election as conflict rages in parts of the country, meaning many people will not be able to vote. In fact, the whole northern region of Tigray, which has been trying to recover from a brutal civil war that ended in 2022, has been totally excluded from the poll.
Iran has damaged 20 US military sites since the start of the war, satellite images and videos analyzed by BBC Verify show, suggesting the attacks are more extensive than publicly acknowledged. Iran has targeted key facilities across 8 countries in the Middle East since the end of February, causing millions of dollars of damage to state-of-the-art air defense systems, refueling aircraft and radars. 4 nurses who were being treated for Ebola caused by the Bundibugyo strain of the virus have been discharged from a hospital in Bunia in the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC. After recovering from the disease, the World Health Organization, W, said on Sunday. More recoveries are expected, especially when people are diagnosed early and able to access care, and as the response to the outbreak intensifies.
Washington has put forward a proposal to de-escalate hostilities in Lebanon, a United States official has told Al Jazeera, adding that Secretary of State Marco Rubio has held separate talks with Lebanese President Joseph Aoun and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. The statement was made after Israel's military took over the Medville Beaufort Castle just north of the Litani River in southern Lebanon, as it conducts its deepest push into the country in decades.
US political commentators Cenk Uygur and Hassan Piker say they had been barred from entering the United Kingdom, and British authorities cited their public comments about Israel as the reason for the decision. United States-based online political news and commentary network said he learned of the restriction while trying to board a flight to London, where he was scheduled to attend the SXSW London Festival, Oxfam Festival, and deliver a speech at Oxford University. Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, says it launched a retaliatory strike on a base used by US forces that it claims was used for an attack on an Iranian communications tower, with Kuwait saying it intercepted air attacks. Following the aggression of the US Army on a communication tower on Sirik Island in Hormozgan province an hour ago, the IRGC Aerospace Force fighters targeted the airbase where the aggression originated, and the predicted targets were destroyed, the IRGC said in a statement cited by the semi-official Fars news agency on Monday.
The National Accountability Bureau, NAB, has launched an inquiry into the alleged illegal issuance of No Objection Certificates, NOCs, by the Sin Building Control Authority, SBCA, for marriage halls and marquees, as well as the construction of commercial buildings on amenity plots in Karachi. Acting on complaints, NAB has sought a detailed report from the SBCA on alleged violations, financial losses to the National Exchequer, and reasons for the authorities' failure to act against unauthorised constructions. The Punjab Education, Curriculum, Training and Assessment Authority, SPECT-A, has started the registration process for Grade 8 students appearing in the annual examination 2026-27 through its Item Bank system, IBS. According to an official notification issued by PKF, all public schools a registration of being directed to complete the registrations of Grade 8 students using their official school login credentials on the IBS portal.
Former Australia opener David Warner praised Pakistan all-rounder Arafat Minhas after his impressive one-day international debut in the opening match of the series against Australia at the Rawalpindi Cricket Stadium. Warner shared a picture of Minhas on his Instagram story and congratulated the young cricketer for his outstanding performance.
Nearly 50,000 students at Karachi University U are facing uncertainty as the teachers' boycott of semester examinations enters its fourth consecutive week, disrupting the academic calendar and delaying exams indefinitely. Pageant continues over the non-payment of teachers' dues related to evening classes, paper setting, exam supervision, marking, vigilance, house sealing and leave encashment.
Dell is bringing back the XPS 13 after briefly dropping the XPS brand last year. The new model returns as a premium Windows ultra-portable aimed at buyers looking for a more affordable alternative to Apple's MacBook Neo. Dell says the new XPS 13 is the thinnest and lightest version of the laptop it has ever made. It measures 12.7mm thick and weighs 2.2 pounds, making it smaller and lighter than Apple's rival machine.
Malaysia has begun barring those aged under 16 from registering accounts on social media platforms. Its communications regulator said on Monday, as it boosts efforts to protect minors from exposure to harmful content online. The Southeast Asian nation joins a regulate access to online platforms amid mounting concerns over the impact of social media on children's health and safety.
Veteran Indian playback singer Suman Kalyampur passed away in her Mumbai home on Sunday. She was 89 years old and had been unwell for a little over a month. Sumanji died at around 8 p.m. at her residence in Lokhandwala due to old age. She died peacefully. Over the last few days, she had been listening to her own songs. Mangala Kadilkar, who wrote the acclaimed Marathi biography Suman Sugand on the singer, told the Press Trust of India.
Rescuers in Laos say they are investigating a possible knocking response deep inside a flooded cave network where 2 men are believed to remain trapped. The development could indicate possible signs of life. But rescuers stress they need to investigate further before saying for sure whether the knocks are from the stranded men.
The United States military says it has struck Iranian military sites, and Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, says it has targeted a US base in response, the latest in a series of exchanges as negotiations to end the 3-month US-Israel war on Iran are conducted. US President Donald Trump also on Monday described Iran as eager to reach an agreement.
Punjab Sports Minister Malik Faisal Ayub Khokar has directed officials to prepare detailed proposals on fee structures and staff shortages at sports complexes across all tehsils of Rawalpindi Division. The directions were issued during his visit to the Tehsil Sport Complex Dobi Ghat in Muri, where he reviewed the available facilities, administrative matters and existing infrastructure.
Teenage boy has died of rabies in Karachi despite receiving anti-rabies vaccination 3 months earlier at a public sector hospital, raising serious concerns over post-bite treatment and follow-up care. According to Jinnah Postgraduate Medical Centre's JPMC Emergency Department in charge, Dr. Irfan Siddiqui, the 13-year-old was brought to the hospital on May 26 at around 11 a.m. The Pakistan Medical and Dental Council, PMDC, has introduced new regulations for students seeking admission to foreign medical colleges, tightening eligibility and registration requirements for overseas medical education. Under the new rules, students who have passed FSC in Pakistan must have secured at least 60% marks. They must also obtain at least 50% marks in the MDCAT exam. The Khyber Pakhtunkhwa KP government has launched summer camps in public and private schools across summer zone districts to help students recover learning losses caused by the temporary 4-day school week during the recent fuel crisis. According to guidelines issued by the Elementary and Secondary Education Department, the camps will run from June 1 to June 30, 2026. Students in grades 3 to 8 will attend classes from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m, focusing on English, Urdu, mathematics and general science. A major Indian tech startup, AI Plus, has been caught lying about its India-only smartphone claims. The startup, founded by former Realme CEO Madhav Sheth, claims to produce smartphones made entirely in India. Everything, including the software, hardware and even the apps, are claimed to be created in India. However, multiple YouTubers, including the highly popular content creator Merhost the Boss, have found these claims to be false. Karachi. The Karachi Traffic Police have announced that an e-challenge system for lane violations on Sharia Faisal will take effect from June 1 today under the Traffic Regulation and Citation System, TRACS. In a statement, Deputy Inspector General Traffic Peer Mohammed Shah said that under the notified lane management plan, commercial to use the 2 leftmost lanes, which have been 2 leftmost lanes, which have been reserved for their movement.